Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here. How's everybody doing? Super quick show. I am in the process right now trying to get this edit together for tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to release this because there was a suggestion today that maybe I should cut these pieces of content up because people don't seem to watch them in their entirety when I put something out for real estate. So I'm trying to figure out which route to take on that. Do I just release it as the full bit and then into short pieces or into four parts? It is 13 minutes long, and I just don't know if people have an interest in watching a 13-minute piece on Discover Connecticut. So I'm contemplating how to release it. If I release it in four segments, two segments, three segments, I'm not really sure, or if I just put it out as one piece. Um, but we haven't had any success with putting things out as one piece, so maybe I should split it up. It is a pretty interesting story. My client, her son who has autism, and the closing, and a little bit of handiwork on my part too. Those spy glasses, they probably should be able to freaking see to the other side of the planet with these things. Um, so I'm going to be editing that. I got to get that, finished. I want that done tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be live tomorrow at like, let's say, lots of times. I don't know. I'm going to be live from the car tomorrow. I finally got what I need in order to set the camera up in the car while I am driving and doing what I do during the day, taking phone calls. And my goal is to start bringing you guys into the transactions I'm doing. So you're actually seeing inside how these deals are put together, how I handle working with clients, working with different agents, etc. And I guess more importantly, how I handle real estate on all facets. I kind of like watching from the outside how people work and how they negotiate, how they communicate. And so that's what this show is going to become, is more of just like an open, transparent view into my real estate business and the day-to-day activities that go along with it. So I don't know how it's going to go yet, but I know I'm going to start tomorrow as far as getting that camera going while I'm going from place to place. I got a rental that's closing tomorrow, so I'm gonna hopefully on my way there at about 8:30. I'll be maybe going live on the way to my to that closing, and then from there I got a few other things to do. I shot a ton of awesome drone footage today. Actually, I'll see if I could show a little bit to you because I think this is just ridiculous stuff. I'm going to be incorporating this into the video that I'm telling you about, and I think it's something special, but what do I know? Let's just see what's here. I'm going to play you a little tiny bit of it. Now, this is my goal is to incorporate a cinematic drone segment into every Discover Connecticut going forward. So this footage you're watching, you'll see pieces of this in the episode tomorrow. This is a little a spot called Rowayton, Connecticut. This is there's no color grading done to this at all. This is raw footage. Let's just see where this goes. If I recall, I went out pretty far here. And I got all the way to the end of the jetty here and then up high enough where you could see like that whole patch, which to me, this is going to be like, just imagine it's Discover Connecticut. And then you've got this as the intro. So every single episode, I'm going to be filming my drone, and if you guys don't know this, in 2013, I was the first realtor in Fairfield County in Connecticut, really, to buy a drone and to start incorporating it into their business. Now, you may say to yourself, look, there's the curvature of the earth. No, that's not it. It's just the way that the camera's facing right now. If you flatten out the image, you'll see there is no curvature. But look at that. I mean, that's pretty cool. Now, you probably can't tell, but in front of where that jetty, right in front, there's that little piece that pops out. My car is like right along the water, right along the beach there. Look at this. This is insane. Oh, I freaking love it. I think at some point I actually level out the image so you'll see how the camera, it's just perspective right now. Let me see if I do that here. At some point I bring the image up. But so this, again, you're going to see stuff like this Yes, exactly. Checked off. My hope is that when I go and color grade this in Adobe Premiere, it's gonna pull out. There's blues in there that were there, but this is log recording. I'm recording in log, so it's a little bit flat. And once you hit color grade, that thing's gonna pop. I could also change. Here we go. I pull up the image right around here. I think I start leveling it out. But look at that. That is just clean. And look how smooth. That's just like the cinema camera. So then what we got here, this is another shot. You're going to see something like this. It's there. Now, right here, you see that black car at the back. I'm sitting in that car right there, flying my drone. How funny is that? All the way to the right of the screen, in front of that in-between house where we see that one that's beat up. There's a black car at the back. I'm actually sitting in that freaking car. Like, I used to have to stand on the beach and, like, watch this thing because I get nervous. Let's see, I tried to do something a little closer. I don't know if you could see me, but I'm in that black car right there at the back. It's my stupid electric car. Ford, you stink. It's not a Mustang. It's a freaking Mach-E, and it's crap. I've gotten good use out of it, but it had issues a lot at the beginning. Anyway, look how clean that is. You could see the blue kind of sort of popping out there in the clouds. Like, that's going to be a really cool image. Especially if I can get this to do what I want, which it's sort of doing right now. I wanted to be able to capture, there we go, flatten out the image there, finally level, nice and smooth here. And so this, by the way, this 5 minutes I shot is enough for me to use every time I do Norwalk. I can just keep using this as the intro. You know what I mean? So that's that. We did this piece. Let me show you one more real quick. So I also went over to the beach in Norwalk because I'm trying to get footage for this piece. I want it to be perfect. And while I do the intro and outro for now, I want to have, like I said, drone footage. Hold on, let me find the right one. I think it's the last, yeah, this is it right here. So this is pretty wild. All right, I took it out to the beach. Let me just get to where I wanted to get right over this and then start going and rolling from here. Let's see how this was. And I'm sitting in my car again, by the way, like, I don't know, a couple 100 feet away. You know, I see this thing, but I couldn't really get my eyes on it. I'm just using the monitor in order to see what's there. I think what I did was I got really smooth around, hold on a minute, right here. This is where I kind of roll over it about 10 feet off of the ground. This is what I wanted to get this shot. No, get lower again. And then I got confused here. That's right. So I went out and then flipped it. And then this is where we went out. Okay, check this out. You can see a lot of blue. Exactly. Checked off nose. I'm just trying to get color and some dramatic intros, because the key is if I can get people to stick around for the first few seconds, they'll share it with more people. And look at that. Did you see what happened to the camera there? Look how it just made it look like it's some like globe earth. Hold on, it's flat, 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 and then I start changing the perspective and look at it goes. This is normal right there. Nice and flat, and then I brought the camera down, but that's a cool shot right there. And if I do some of these in super speed like I like to do sometimes, let's see, I think this is I don't know if this is cool at all, but still, we got the footage. And if you look to the left, that black car, that's all the way to the left. It's the first one, though. The first car you see that's black, that's my car. I'm driving, fly it right back to myself. You'll actually see me get out of the car. Oh, gosh, I got to tell you, I do love the technology, I'm like, okay, I got my shot. It's 18 degrees, sitting in the car. Here we go. Magoo. Look, you see me in there? Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Oh, yes. And we have officially landed. Oh, goodness. You got to love it. You got to love it. So, looking forward to putting those pieces, some of it, I don't know what yet, into Discover Connecticut, Discover Norwalk. I did want to have like a part where I'm talking to the camera, but instead maybe I'll just do voiceovers and just explain what you're going to see. The Keith family buying a home. This is the House Hunters edition of Discover Connecticut. And we didn't hunt, but we were showing the house that we ended up with. I would have loved to have cameramen with me filming this entire, beginning to this period now, and having this last. It would have been amazing to have the whole series, because not only was my client Molly, who you'll see on camera, awesome, and her son is really a very special kid, but her father, Ron, flew out from California because they together were buying this house for PK, so he could be set up. He's 23, I think, or 21, 23, but he's got autism. So like they're like, do we leave him in a housing with help, or do we get him help and have his own house? And so they selected the second choice, which is brilliant. And it just shows how much love there is for this family, how much they have in this family. They were so tight. Like, it was amazing to see how they communicated, father and daughter, and grandfather and grandson. And so I would have loved to have Ron on camera. He was brilliant. He was amazing. He was extremely organized and disciplined, which is sometimes my favorite clients because they're so on top of everything. But he was so on top of everything, like almost more than I've ever had anybody be on top of things. But it showed me why some people are extremely successful, because they knock it out of the park immediately. Like when he needed to do something, he had his yellow pad out when we were walking through, and he made a detailed list. And then he just followed that list and made a list off of that list, and then a list off of that list. And I was like, I hadn't seen anybody do that really, except for when they were like doing, other maybe huge business. But this is a huge thing, buying a house. So, but just, I was very impressed by the man. But he was also extremely motivational, very cool. He would inspire you to do the thing he needed in a very unique way. And I wish I could have filmed him. I wish I could have had him on camera. But you never know. There's still the future. I did get a chance to get the full, it was actually 35, 40 minutes worth of filming. I cut it down to, I think, let me see, I think it's 13 minutes, maybe a little less, but then I'm going to add the drone footage. So let's see what it winds up being exactly. It's currently 11 minutes and 45 seconds. So if I put in, say, a minute of drone footage, we're about 13 minutes total. I'm going to probably just put in less than a minute. It's just going to be quick cuts between the drone footage. Even though it's smooth, and it'll go fast. And then, you know how I like to do that. So we're going to have something unique going forward on top of what's already unique, which is, a live broadcast, but we're going to have cool drone footage on a daily. So I don't know. I'm just always just trying to make these things as good as possible. My editing skills are still lacking. I'm still trying to get better at editing and creating impactful episodes that have graphics and are like, there's a couple cool things about this episode I want you guys to keep an eye out for, and let me know if you notice. But a couple of new shot ideas. Actually, a lot of the whole thing was different shot ideas than I've ever done before. Used to have just like long shots zooming in on me, zooming out. This is different. This is different. And I'm going to probably go through and make a few more, but I've spent 5 days working on this. I usually work on these things for a couple hours, maybe, and then I'm put it out because I want to get it out. But I'm realizing maybe it's better to film every day and just drop things when they're perfect. No one's watching when I drop things every day. Even when I show up here every day, they don't, we don't get the crowd. So I think if I'm going to put something out, it's got to be friggin' awesome. And so I got to start watching more YouTube videos on how to be a better editor, and even watch other directors on ideas in order to take them into Discover Connecticut. I mean, this is my opportunity to fine tune what I'm doing here. Yes, I shouldn't be filming it myself, shouldn't be editing it myself, starring in it myself, selling real estate, selling beat seats, doing a show live every day. Like, I shouldn't be doing 6 things like that. You know what I mean? But it's just kind of how I'm built. However this all works out, this life of mine, I'm doing something. I don't think anybody, I don't know if anybody would do this. Like, nobody would do that many things. They'd just be like, I'm going to stick to being a realtor. And I really should just be a realtor. I'm very good at it. And, that's where I don't make any money doing all this other stuff. I'm filming these TV shows and no one watches it. I'm like, driving around today, I'm thinking about it. I'm getting all this amazing gear that makes my show like one of a kind. but nobody fucking watches it. So it's like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know why I keep jumping through these crazy hoops thinking to myself, well, this one, people are going to care about this one. And it's like, no one gives a shit about anything I do. So it's just interesting. It's a very interesting perspective that I live in, where I'm kind of my biggest fan. And I think that's, you have to be in a way until people have an interest in what you do. But I lead with my heart. You guys, hopefully, who do watch, because it's a small group of people that you guys know who you are, who do watch from beginning to end. But if there's one thing you do know about me, I everything you see is authentic. I live in the moment, and I don't have a script. So whatever you do watch, when I'm doing a real estate clip, when I'm talking about the market, when I'm doing anything, it's all in the moment. So I appreciate you guys that do support me, continuing to support my crazy harebrained schemes to do something unique and new again on a friggin' daily. I can't even tell you. Somebody who's been watching could say how many different things I've tried, different movies, different TV shows, different songs, everything, to see if that would be the thing that gets the attention. The only thing that seems to have gotten anybody's attention is the 1775 Bible, something that I don't have anything to do with. I just read it and I own it. It's like, it's really annoying, to be completely honest. It's kind of the most annoying thing in the world, that people have there's an interest in something that I have no creative touch on. But every single thing I've ever created, nobody they just don't put it in front of the people that would like it. Like, I know there are people out there that would like what I do. They just don't ever put it in front of them. And so that's disheartening. It's when there's like, oh, the 1775 Bible. I'm like, yeah, it's a Bible. And Bible is great. And I'm thankful to have the Word of God sitting next to me. And it's been here since I started the show. Probably keeps me going, if anything, when I look over at it and see it there. But it's, I mean, no offense, God, at all, but that Bible is nothing compared to what we do here on a daily basis. It's nothing. It's a Bible. Every one of them is the same. Nothing I've ever done here is the same. Every single day it's different, no matter what's going on, because I don't have any idea what I'm going to do. I go live and then we're here. So look, again, no disrespect to the people out there that tune in to me just to watch my 1775 Bible. I love that I have the Bible. I'm thankful I have the Bible. I'm thankful you found the show because of that Bible. But tune into something else in this channel. Go and watch anything, please. There's creativity here. There's real art. You're looking at something that could be the Word of God. It could be a piece of art from 2,000 years ago, but you're so in awe of it because it's 250 years old. And you're not in awe of someone who's creating things live in the moment for you. And that I'm baffled by, to be completely honest. But I'm just the guy here with the fishing rod throwing it out there into the water over and over, All I could say is whether anything I've done has been good or bad, it's been what I've felt is good. And, I think I could say that every single thing I've done, even though I don't have a script, I've done it to the best of my ability, and I've always put my heart into everything. I never do anything half-ass at all, and even when I'm not feeling great about whatever, once I get going, something happens within me, this energy, this cataclysm of positive intention just starts to come to the surface, and then we're off. We're doing something. So anyway, long story short, I'm hoping that something with this Discover Connecticut concept takes off, multiple camera shoot. I do intend to still now with these cameras, multiple cameras, do more stuff like film movies. But I'm thinking instead of them being comedies, which nobody seems to get my comedy or something, I don't know, is trying to do something serious and making a serious movie. I got the cameras to make a serious movie. I was a comedic actor, but I was also, I would say dramatic actor as well. I mean, I used to play it all. I could play any script you put in front of me, but I just stopped reading scripts. But I was telling my manager today, I was like, there's a teleprompter you can get. I was looking at this. I'm like, I never ever have a script. But what if I did? Do you know how freaking good this show would be if I was actually scripted? If I could actually sit there and read off the script? Because the one thing you guys don't realize, maybe you do, is when I read that 1775 Bible, I've never read any of it in my life. I have it here for the last 15 years, and I didn't read it. It just have had it. And now I started reading some of it and found that thing with the 13 months. But I have not read it. And when I go here and I go live with you guys to read the 1775 Bible, I'm reading Old English live in the moment. I'm sight reading. And sometimes it sounds like I've read it 50,000 times. There's so much passion coming out of the words, and I'm reading it right there live, raw. Now, sometimes I stumble. You know why? Because it's impossible to read Old English. The only reason why sometimes it's fluid and sounds like I've done this before is because I treat it almost like when I'm writing music for you. I'm reading ahead while you're hearing what you're hearing. So while I'm saying, thou art whatever, I'm reading 3 or 4 words ahead and preparing myself while I'm reading this to get into that, whilst reading 3 or 4 words ahead again to get to the next part. And this is how my mind works. I don't know if it's normal. My manager thought it was pretty crazy. He's like, I didn't know that was a thing. And I was like, but that's, to me, is how I sight read. That's how I cold read scripts. You can give me any script and we'll read it like I've read it a million times, because I'm reading several words ahead while I'm saying something and acting out that moment and bringing the words that you're hearing to life. It's a very hard thing to do. But the reason why I'm able to grasp it and make it a reality is because when I hold this guitar in my hand and I sit on this beat seat, I don't know any of the notes on this guitar. I never did a guitar lesson in my life. So when I play this guitar, I'm hearing notes in my head that are 6, 12 notes ahead, maybe a bar or 2 ahead. I'm hearing all of those notes while you're hearing something else coming out of my guitar. I could be going da 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 da, but while that's going in my head, I'm hearing da 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 da, and I'm like, okay, and I'm just doing it. Now, what are those notes? I have no freaking idea. I just know what the beat feels like for my fingers. I'm playing beats, and now I just know where the notes are that I hear in my head. But it's like you're seeing the future. If you have a guitar in your hand or you're actually reading Old English, you're kind of looking into the future because you have to say that next. And you have to first get this out. There's 4 F's and an S in that word. What the fucking word is that? And you're like, oh, it's prosperous. But when you look at Old English, it says prosperous. And you're like, what is that? It's Old English. And it's not the drink that you pour a little out for your boy, and then you take a little sip yourself. This is the real deal, Old English style. So I hope that just gives you an idea of at least how my creative mind works, or how I use what I'm able to do in order to do things like read cold. I know a lot of actors who can't read cold. They have to read a script for 7 hours in order to get all the different methods. I'm not a method act. No, I live in the moment. I remember when I played Romeo and Juliet in college, I played for a full year. And I felt in the script there were 2 points that Romeo should just start crying, but not fake cry, not, oh, my dog died. Like, the script will bring you to tears. Now, that happened once in the entire year that I performed that show, where it brought me to tears, my performance, the script, the play, the actual moment brought me to tears when Romeo broke down when he learned that Juliet died. And it wasn't fake. It wasn't that I'm not a method actor. I don't think about things in my life that make me get there. If the script brings me to it, it comes out of me. One of the things that was probably crazy about working with me is every single performance was different. When I played Romeo, every single time I did it was different. Yeah, the words were the same, but what I was doing was different. My body language, the way I blocked, everything on the stage was totally different. It must have been a nightmare. But to me, it had to be fresh. I don't want it to be the same every day. That's why I wouldn't have been a good actor for Broadway, because Broadway, you just do it the same every day. That's it. It's like clockwork. Do it the same every day. That's not me. I'm sorry. You're going to have me be in your play? Every day is going to be freaking awesome. It has to be awesome. I am not doing the same thing every day. I did a character called Byron DeCash, and I had a unibrow that they painted on and a goatee, and I had this mustard orange shirt button down that was opened up, but they put a big thing of chest hair on me, and this gold chain that came out, and I had this green suit on, and my concept for Byron DeCash is he was Chris Tucker / Scarface. You gotta be kidding me, man. So I was Byron DeCash, me, okay? And so I was a stupid character, and it's like a 19-year-old kid. It went so well, we went to off-Broadway with it, and I think still to date, if you look at that play, if you were to find it, I think it's called The Jimmy Stewart Kind of World. I should be listed as the original character. I'm actually now curious about that. I'm curious. I should be listed as the person who actually played that character. They changed the name of him originally. After that, they brought this other the Asian sensation because this kid Cyrus took over the part once I left the school and started pursuing music and acting at a young age. But when I did a Jimmy Stewart kind of world, let's see. John, what was his name? That guy loved me too. He was such a good guy. And then like he didn't call. I was like, why did you guys? You did it again. You didn't fucking call me. Just call me out. I lost track of everybody though. So, but still, I was like, why didn't they freaking like that show was because of my stupid character. There's a point where like the lady that was my wife, her water breaks, and then we had like a water bottle. She would like pop in the water, and the whole crowd would go nuts because of the way I freaked out. I would freak out every time it happened, and like just jump. I did this crazy jump thing. I'm a physical actor, you guys know that. I can't find a Jimmy Stewart kind of world play. Jim Brunt. Jim Brunt was the guy. He was my buddy. I used to love that guy. Let's see. Do we see it anywhere? I don't see it. Let me know if anybody finds that. That would have been something to see. Like, there was a video of that. There was a video of me playing Romeo. No one's seen. I have no idea where these things are. We tried to find them. Like, the girl who played Juliet, this friend of mine, Ileana. We were like, we saw someone shooting a video of that. Like, where's the video? And then the director's like, I don't know. I don't remember a video. We're like, dude, you guys had a freaking camera crew there for one of the shows. And so one of the coolest things about playing Romeo is I actually had my guitar out and I sang one of my monologues as a song. How cool is that? Like, it's all in iambic pentameter, so it just made a song. I think the chords I played were like, it was like something really simple. What do I got here? It was. Freaking so out of tune. It was like, I dream of Juliet, she's waiting for me to come in tonight. Whoa. Whatever it was like, I sang the whole freaking thing, and it was like good. The first time you see Romeo is I'm sitting in some coffee shop. The concept was like, we were like now. It wasn't hundreds of years ago. The concept was like New York City, inner city type of vibe. And so the first scene, I'm sitting there playing this song. I wrote this a long time ago. I think I wrote lyrics to that eventually. Pretty tune. I've written so many other pieces I never wrote lyrics to, like. So out of tune. Listen to how this could be. Follow me, oh. No, that's not it. Listen to this. Fucking hate it. I can't. I just can't. I gotta take these strings off. I gotta freaking cut them off and put new ones on. This is the worst. Where are my chromes? I need new chromes to put on that sucker. Modoc of the house. Adriel O'Neill. Virginia. Oh, goodness. Renee Woods. S. Coop. Thank you for being here, everybody. Virginia. Wharton. Fassel. Right. Checked off. Guys. I'm married. We do it again. if you're able to show up for the goodness. I plan on being live, like I said, morning. I'm driving and getting booted. They're like, you're doing unsafe things. That's why the camera's there, and I'm driving like this and just talking it out. And then at the end, we may have a piece of content. I don't know how it's going to go yet, but I'll tell you what, it's a work in progress. I want to just start. I mean, if this goes the way I hope it will go, that freaking camera, I'm driving, the camera's not over on the side of me. It's like there shooting right on me. You know what I mean? So we got like a, hey guys, you know what I mean? Instead of a, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, right? It's like there, and you're looking there. It's a better vibe, I think. We'll see. So single camera in the car. Ooh, although maybe I should set up the second camera on the side. Ooh, guys, now we're 1-2 Magooing it from the car. I can't set that much shit up because when I put this camera on on the gimbal, when I'm driving, the thing it's freaking top heavy. So I gotta either strap that sucker to the chair, to the seat, which would work. Maybe I have to do that, or we just do the single camera shot. We have to figure that out. I don't have anybody in my car. Imagine I have a camera locked in the freaking window, facing this way, and then one right there. Double decker, and we're just doing one of these. Or every once in a while, I'm just look, mark from there, and then a mark from over here. Just do the auto switch from If that happens, it's a friggin' rapperoo. You know what I mean? Like a double camera car shot. By men, and I gotta fucking do it now. Now I'm like thinking about it. It's not just the single. Now we gotta get a double decker. We need double decker, because then it's like, dude, he's got a fucking dude, the cameraman in the car with him. Yeah. Right? Sometimes you just figure it out. 12 views. Double camera. We got double the views. Usually get 6. I can name them. They're here right now. Trish, Modoc, Checked Off, Virginia, Andrea Beal, Barack Russell. Right? Anyway, guys, I got to get back to the edit. We got more drone footage. You know what I mean? Tomorrow we're shooting more of drone footage. I got to get drone footage in every town, the beaches, and all of the Lower Fairfield County areas. New Canaan. Got to get the downtown. I'm shooting it, and then we have it, and it's there. And then just like, God, we're in New Canaan today. Look, I got the drone footage. Just pop-a-roo. Popping it in. I make files here. New Canaan, Darien, Westport, Greenwich. And then you got it. Because that's the thing. I'd always been trying to find stock footage of like Greenwich and Darien. I'm like, fuck that shit. We shoot everything. Drone, double camera deal, this guy, and that guy. Yeah. And then we edit it with the drone. It would be nice to have some help, though. I think it'd just be better, Anyway, you guys, of course, I'm going to continue to bite off more than I can chew for you. And hopefully, at some point, they're just people are like, dude, I want to be on that camera. And I goes, like, I want to be on that camera. I'm like, that's cool. Can we get a third camera? Like, what are we doing over here? We can't get a third? You just want to do a double? How about we set the third one up over there and I'll handle that one? But you're the one on this camera. I know. We have, again, a gimbal. All I have to do is one of these, and it follows me wherever I go. I don't know about that, Mark. Well, look, it's doing it. Sometimes you just have to school everybody with the facts. Anyway, guys, until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. You got to go away, yeah. Fucking 35 minutes. I was like, I'm going to go out for 2 minutes so I can do the edit. I can't quit you. You know what I mean? Oh, goodness. I will see you guys tomorrow. Jeremy Irons. If you don't want to be there for the Jeremy Irons monologue, you got to go away. That's on you. What's that, Joanne? I'm sorry, Joanne. I can't hear you over the wheeze. Really, Joanne? God almighty. Stinky Magoo. You got